Just literally going to borrow someone's fence post for a camera tripod. Hi guys, welcome back to another video back on a Driven 24/7 automotive YouTube channel. As ever, my name's Amber and behind me is my parents' little Fiat Panda, and if you click on the card above you would have seen a previous video featuring this car. My dad fitted the Abarth Monza quad exhaust system to this car and it wasn't 100% fitted and ready to drive, but now the exhaust system is working, it's sound literally, and it sounds wicked. And today we're here to drive this thing, get the GoPro on the back, hear the beautiful noise of the Monza exhaust on this tiny little Panda, which is absolutely ridiculous and it looks insane from the back. So let's drive this thing. I'm so excited. This should be a pretty hilarious video, putting something totally insane and an insane modification onto this little real basic with hubcaps Fiat Panda. So yeah, do subscribe to see more Italian car videos from myself, and make sure you hit that bell so you're the first to know whenever a video goes up onto my automotive YouTube channel. Enough talking, let's get this car out of the car park and do some driving. Join me in the little Fiat Panda with the mad modification to the rear end of the car. The Abarth Monza exhaust has been fitted to the little Fiat Panda. I don't know what it is already, but I've had two reactions from kids. So while I was just filming the intro, there were two kids playing in puddles, and as I drove out, they're like, wow, and I was like, okay, you're either being sarcastic or you're actually impressed. And then as I was driving to this little location in the first place, I was slowing down for speed humps and that, and there were again just some more kids just looking like, what the heck? So I assume they're good reactions, because people, well, I say people, kids are stopping and looking. So first reactions so far seem pretty good, unless they're being sarcastic. Already cool thing about this car, it's already had like a back seat delete. That's not for modification wise, that's because, like I said, this is my, there's an Abarth, they're not going to wait for me because I'm in a little Panda. Yeah, this car's already had its back seats deleted just for the purpose of my mum's job, which is cool because it means you can obviously hear the exhaust system in the car even louder because it's not going through those two back seats. So yeah, it's nice to have a seat delete on the little Panda from sort of stock, because it's for work purposes, honest. But it also doesn't sound like the system would be on the Abarth, but it does sound pretty cool. It just sounds insane from the inside of the car. I hope you can hear that. Sounds wicked. It's sort of burbling a bit when you take it off acceleration. I did get a little sort of pop out of it earlier. Again, the more the system gets warning through this car, and it's a used system anyway, but the more the system gets used to being on the car and the characteristics, it'll probably come into its own. So this system was brought used for about 60 quid from an Abarth owner, and I think it's because one of the valves is rattling and you can hear that from the outside, but you don't really hear it from while you're driving the car. I think it's just like when you rev it and stuff, so it's not that big a deal. It's something that could probably be fixed, but my dad hasn't looked into it yet because it's fine anyway, like the way it is. But it was just a cheap bargain, a fun bargain, and a fun modification to put on this little underestimated Fiat Panda to hopefully do some drive-bys and get the GoPro on the back. However, I have forgotten to bring my camera tripod. However, there, for some random reason, I don't know why, mum and dad, but there's a Celebration empty box, I must say, in the back of this car, which I'm going to try and use as like a camera tripod to get some shots of me driving by. So let's go and see what this road's like, and we'll do some of that. I didn't know if I was going to do this video today, so as soon as I got to my parents' house to pick this car up in the first place, I started chucking it down. I thought, oh, I'm not filming a video in the rain, my GoPro's going to get wet, I'm going to get wet, car's going to get wet. although the car is dirty, so apologies about that, but it's just a normal day-to-day car for my parents. So yeah, modification wise, it's also had the seats ripped out, it's got tinted windows around the back, wiper delete at the back, the mirrors have been painted white by my dad, and it's got the white sort of Abarth stripes on the side, but same Panda instead. My dad did buy some wheels for this car, but I think he's saying about it's not a good idea to put those particular wheels on the car now. And yeah, she's done 100,000 miles now, so I was using this car a bit for work as well, so I put the mileage up a bit. But yeah, 100,000 miles, it's just a bit of fun. Dad's just done all the brakes all round, which is why I also couldn't test drive it last time when the exhaust was fitted. But the exhaust is on. This road seems pretty quiet, where I usually do some of my drive-bys. The residents probably get annoyed at me. But I'm just going to film a bit of acceleration from inside the car, then we'll get the GoPro on the outside, so let's do this. It sounds like a little monster truck from the back. See, it's doing a little burbles now and forth to take my foot off the accelerator. Down to third round this bend. Car shall slow down. Second. It does feel faster. And the brakes feel spot on, thank goodness, because the brakes were always so spongy in this. I didn't like driving this car because of the brakes, so they obviously really needed doing. It sounds really, really tastefully nice on this car, it really does. Oh, down a big hole. Right, let's turn this thing around and get a GoPro on the back. Just literally going to borrow someone's fence post for a camera tripod. See what. Sorry, house, but yeah, it will sit on here actually. Right, let's do this. Out of her house, so I thought, oh, we better maybe stop. I better go and get my camera from someone's garden fence and make it move and stop doing drive-bys. But yeah, when you give it some, she actually feels fast. I mean, she must be faster now. She's got 4 exhausts at the back and it's more straight through system. It must be improving the power. But these Fiat Pandas anyway, although it's the basic one, you can get the more you can get 100 horsepower Fiat Pandas. And even this car being not a quick version, just a real basic cheap hubcap Fiat Panda, it is just not a pothole. It is just fun to drive out the box, and if you stick a record of Monza exhaust system on it, it makes it sound a bit louder, and it just adds to the funness of this already sort of fun to drive car. And yeah, I suppose they're just fun to drive. They're real lightweight, they're a nice boxy shape. When people do modify them, they look wicked. And yeah, they're just, I was looking at getting one of these, like getting a 4x4 version for me out in the sticks, getting the dog in there for walks and stuff would be ideal. You can pick them up cheap. So you've got the 4x4 Pandas, you've got the 100 horsepower Pandas, and then you've got like your sort of normal spec sort of Pandas like this. But yeah, they are fun, like I say, they're fun to drive cars out of the box anyway, you know, modified or not. They're nice, and you know, this, you know, it's not the best car in the world, but you know, they're fun to drive. You know, you can whip them around corners, and yeah, when you put an exhaust system on the back, it just adds to the funness of this already fairly fun car, really. I mean, while I had it, you know, the only complaint I had were the brakes were flipping awful. So, but apart from that, I used to like whipping it up around the bends down the country roads where I live. It was just fun. It sounds really, really cool, and that's why I'm probably getting the reactions I am from the kids, because they're looking at this thinking that's a cheap old Panda and it's making that noise. Like, huh? It's confusing people. Yeah, it's good. It's nice to have something basic and as normal as a Fiat Panda and modify it, because it then gives people the look like, is that noise really coming from that car? Is it meant to be coming from that car? No, but my dad did it, so what are you going to do about it? It sounds wicked. So let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think of my dad's idea of sticking the Abarth Monza exhaust onto their Panda. Oh, it's just hilarious. The sound suits the car now, you know. It doesn't sound like the exhaust would on the Abarth, like I said earlier, but on this Panda it does really sound cool, and I like it. So thanks, transit van. I was trying to do a pull when you pull out in front of me. Yeah, this sounds wicked. They've improved, not they, my mum's the driver, my dad's the doer. My dad's improved his car so much, it's just hilarious. With a nice set of wheels on it, this car would be banging. Oh, it's so cool. Why not? If you're an Italian car lover and you've got an Abarth with a Monza exhaust, you've got other Italian cars, why not just stick a Monza exhaust and everything? Because for me, the Monza exhaust makes the Abarth. What is the point in having, I've said this so many times, what is the point in having a hot hatch without it sounding decent? And there are so many better cars out there than the Abarth, let's be honest, and so many faster cars out there than the Abarth, but I like the Abarth because they're funny, they're characterful, if that's a word, and again, that sound, for me, a hot hatch has to not only look cool and sporty, and be cool and sporty and a bit fun and a bit fast, but it has to sound like something different. It has to sound like a sports car, like a hot hatch. And when these hot hatch don't, it's like, well, that's taking it away from me. But now this boring hatch car has now become a hot hatch with the Monza exhaust added on it, thanks to my dad. So yeah, I love it. It sounds hilarious coming from this Panda. I feel like I'm in a little Abarth. It is so funny. Okay, so I've just arrived back at my parents' house, dropping off the Panda, about to leave in my modified Abarth 595 Trofeo. Let me know your thoughts on the modified Panda. It sounds so good with a little bit of Abarth added to the rear of this car. Like I say, these Pandas are fun to drive anywhere out the box, with a bit more exhaust noise added to these hatches. It really makes them a hot hatch, and just why not? If you've got a basic car, why not modify it with used broken parts? Like we say, I think the Monza's a little bit broken, but it sounds alright, so it's a bargain, so who cares really? So if you like this video and you like what my dad's done to the Panda, give it a like. If you like what my dad's done to this car, let us know in the comments. Do subscribe for more car content featuring my Abarth and all our other Italian cars that we have at my house, at my parents' house. And yeah, follow me on Instagram for updates in between the videos. I'll see you in another one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.